Another legislative deadline passed on Thursday. It's called the House of Origin, and it requires a third reading of all bills and joint resolutions in the House they originated from. Hundreds of pieces of legislation remain under consideration. And to talk more about that, here's Jason and eCapitol News Director Shawn Ashley.
Shawn, House Bill 1246 has made it across the legislative finish line, is headed to the governor's desk. How will it help people without a current ID get their prescriptions?
Well, that's exactly the issue. There have been problems at the Department of Public Safety in terms of issuing new driver's license and ID cards. And if you're getting an opioid prescription or certain other controlled substances prescriptions, you do have to have some form of ID for them to enter into the central registry system. Under House Bill 1246, individuals will be able to use their Social Security number in order to do that, allowing them to make those prescription purchases that they may not otherwise have been able to do. But keep in mind, their actual ID can only be expired 1 year or less.
A bill named for First Lady Sarah Stitt passed before this week's deadline. What does it do?
Well, it's kind of interesting because it actually deals with IDs. You may recall back in 2019 when there were a large number of offenders whose sentences were commutated, that as they prepared to release those individuals, the concern was they did not have proper identification. And the governor's office, particularly First Lady Sarah Stitt, worked with the Department of Public Safety and the Department of Corrections to get Department of Public Safety officials into the prison facilities so that they could get those IDs issued. What this bill does is directs the Department of Corrections and Department of Public Safety to coordinate to provide state-issued IDs to offenders as they prepare to be released.
Senate Bill 334, which won approval this week, aims to change how State Question 780 works with property theft. What could change?
Yeah, it's rather interesting. Under State Question 780, a theft of $1,000 or less is a misdemeanor. There is a provision that allows several instances to be aggregated, 3 within a year. And if the value is more than $1,000, then an individual could face felony sentences for that. This shortens that period of time down to 180 days. It had been as little as 90, and now they're looking at putting it at the 180-day mark.
House Bill 2504 looks to increase the state's authority over the Oklahoma City County and Tulsa County Health Departments. How so?
Well, it makes a number of changes related to the relationship between the state and those city county health departments. The state commissioner would be able to appoint a member. The local health department would be expected to coordinate with the state health department, and they also would be prohibited from having any rules or standards more stringent than those implemented at the state level.
Shawn, as always, thank you very much.
You're very welcome.